Here is Donald Rumsfeld, U.S. defense chief during the Iraq War, who died at the age of 88, boys. You know, the good news keeps rolling in. Donald Trump's organization is under investigation. Donald Rumsfeld is dead. I mean, there's so much going on. Fingers crossed for Henry Kissinger. Rest in piss, Donald Rumsfeld.
Donald Rumsfeld was brash and abrasive, infamously so. His critics say the combination was the former U.S. Defense Secretary's undoing during the worst days of the U.S. war in Iraq. Rumsfeld's take, he was right. His critics were wrong, and they couldn't stand it.
It's a fact. I'm a survivor.
Rumsfeld was a survivor of Washington politics. He made history as both the youngest and the oldest Secretary of Defense. And he did the bidding of 4 Republican presidents. In 1983, President Ronald Reagan sent Rumsfeld to Baghdad to try to broker closer ties with Saddam Hussein. But 2 decades later, it was Defense Secretary Rumsfeld who argued Saddam had to go.
In rejecting the president's ultimatum, the Iraqi regime has chosen war over peaceful disarmament.
And a U.S.-led war was the way to make that happen. He and other Bush administration officials accused Iraq of helping to plan the September 11th attacks, which it did not.
With absolutely zero evidence. You know, just completely fabricated.
2-month anniversary, smiling face with hearts.
Completely fabricated pieces of evidence that they just, again, made up.
Rumsfeld also accused Iraq of possessing weapons of mass destruction, which it did not. He was wrong, but Rumsfeld refused to say so.
We believe the intelligence was correct. It turns out that it was not completely correct.
Oh, not completely correct.
Hello.
Yeah, motherfucker, it was completely incorrect. Okay. Yeah, totally. Totally didn't do this on purpose. Totally not deliberate, by the way. Definitely wasn't trying to justify invading Iraq any way, shape, or form that they could, by the way. Oh, man, oopsie. What a big oopsie, dude.
At first, Rumsfeld embraced...
I mean, these guys, like, invented... Not invented, but perfected lying to...
Has buffet
the entire country and the entire world, so...
the neoconservative ideology of exporting U.S.-style democracy and nation-building. But in his 2013 memoir, Rumsfeld changed his tune. I did not think resolving other countries' internal political disputes, paving roads, erecting power lines, policing streets, building stock markets, and organizing democratic governmental bodies were missions for our men and women in uniform. More important, Rumsfeld refused to plan for the possibility that Iraq could tumble into chaos and civil war. Again, he wouldn't apologize.
There are known knowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we...
This is where that Boondocks take comes from.
know there are some things we do not know.
Critics said Rumsfeld's desire to spend as little money as possible to fight the war meant U.S. troops didn't have the protection they needed from roadside bombs. And they said this exchange between a soldier and Rumsfeld proved he didn't care.
Now, why do we soldiers have to dig through local landfills for pieces of scrap metal and compromised ballistic glass to up-armor our vehicles? And why don't we have those resources readily available to us?
You go to war with the army you have, not the army you might want or wish to have.
Like, he was such an asshole, even to... I mean, he was brutally honest. He was brutally fucking honest, dude. Just directly telling a fucking soldier, like, hey, yeah, whatever, dude. Shut the fuck up. Just die. Fuck off and die. It's great.
Around the world, Rumsfeld was a symbol of U.S. arrogance. The military prison at Guantanamo opened on his watch.
We are going to treat them exactly right.
That's right. And the Abu Ghraib abuse scandal exploded while Rumsfeld was in charge. With the U.S. war in Iraq going badly, Rumsfeld resigned at the end of 2006, leaving a legacy that is decidedly controversial. Rosalind Jordan, Al Jazeera.
Startling reverse.
Now that we went through the good news, I mean, rotten piss, Donald Rumsfeld, fucking piece of shit. I would come if McConnell dies next. Yeah, that's not happening. Unfortunately, there is no karmic justice, and horrifically evil people like this just die peacefully, surrounded by friends and family. They never suffer even a fraction of the pain that they've caused to millions around the world. Henry Kissinger's existence is proof of this unfortunate reality. That's why I always say, like, you know, Donald Trump he's not dying.